Hi, I'm Jeff Ludy, the owner of Houston Window Experts, and today we're going to talk to you about Windsor Pinnacle Windows. We get a lot of people ask questions about Windsor because Windsor is such a great product, and it's an alternative to some other brands that you've probably heard of like Anderson and Pella and Marvin, and it's in that category at a more affordable price. And so I thought today, let's spend some time talking about the Windsor family of products. In particular, I want to talk about their Pinnacle series, which is going to be a product that's wood on the inside and aluminum on the outside, and all the options available to you in that. And I thought this would be a good chance to talk about it. So we're in our showroom here at West 38th Street in Houston, Texas. If you're in the area, please call and set an appointment to drop in and visit with us. I'll show you around, talk to you about all the brands that we sell. We have 20 brands of windows and doors to choose from. And we can sell you either just materials if you're building a new house or doing a remodel and you've got your own contractor doing that work, or we can do a full turnkey service from beginning to end. All the responsibility is ours. We can take what was 3 small windows and convert it into a big sliding door. I mean, like, the options are almost limitless when it comes to what we can do to help you make your home more beautiful, and that's why we're here to serve you in any way we can. So Windsor Windows and Doors is based out of West Des Moines, Iowa, and they've been in business since 1946. So this is not a new player to the industry. These guys have a lot of experience in making wood windows and wood doors. They're owned by a company called Wood Grain. Wood Grain bought them out. I think it's been almost 20 years now. Wood Grain is nearly $1 billion a year company that actually makes wood related products. And you've probably seen some of their other brands in different places. They make some products for custom homes. They make some products for retail. And this is a product that they acquired. They bought this privately owned small, I say small, they're not small. I mean, they're over $100 million a year in sales, but they're a smaller entity. And they basically said, unlike most big corporate companies that buy a small entity, they said, you run it your way. You've been successful since 1946. We're just going to be here to help in any way we can. Now, they have some expectations, like you must be profitable. But other than that, Windsor gets to basically have the resources of this big company behind them, but they get to do it their way. And one of the things I love about dealing with Windsor is you're still dealing with people. Some of the other companies that we deal with that are really, really big, if you ever need service or you have a question or something, it's almost like calling the IRS and being placed on hold. You don't know who you're going to get. Windsor and a few of these other brands that we represent, they actually have like actual people that know us and we know them, and we can call and ask questions, and they're just terrific to do business with. And that's what we like about them, is because the easier it is for me to do business with a window company, the more control I will have over making sure that you and your project are the priority and that you get exactly what you want. So they're owned by Wood Grain. Now, Wood Grain happens to be the largest harvester of wood from Chile. Chile has like huge abundance of resources for wood, and they're the FSC certified, meaning that they actually care about the earth and they are replanting more than they're taking out. But what's the beauty behind dealing with Chile? Well, it's old growth. It's wood that's been mature, wood that's solid and dense, like wood we had back when I was a kid, right? Some of this wood you see now is from young trees, and they're growing these trees, and before they get a chance to even get mature and become dense and good, strong trees, they're cutting them and they're making products out of them. Not with the stuff you're going to get from Chile. And so that's one superior thing that you're going to find about the Wood Grain product in Windsor line, is that it's going to be really good wood, and it comes in 3 different choices for their wood that they offer. Now, the outside on this thing is actually made from aluminum. So you have wood on the inside and you have aluminum on the outside. And the reason for that is that we know that wood, while it's beautiful and we love it and it's a great natural insulator, and by the way, it's biodegradable, right? Eventually, when it's all said and done, it goes back into the earth and we get to use it again. What we like about wood is what we don't like about wood in a climate like Houston, for example, is wood would actually deteriorate and it would rot way too fast with all the moisture that we have in our air and all the rain that we get. We get about 50 inches or so of rain per year in Houston. So what do you do to solve that? Well, you put an aluminum cap over a wood product, and that way you can have the best of both worlds, the beauty, the richness, the warmth of interior wood, and it's just beautiful. It's just like you see in the old days, right? Good wood windows. And so if you live in an older home, or you like the kind of a home where you actually get the beauty and the benefits of wood, but you also want the durability and the fact that it's impervious to weather, then you're gonna get wood inside and you're gonna get aluminum outside. Now this aluminum is not just any aluminum. This is actually extruded aluminum. What do I mean by extruded aluminum? What I mean is, instead of it being roll form where it's really thin, like a can of Coca-Cola, it's actually very strong and it's very thick. It's more like the thickness of a yardstick, okay, versus the thickness of a can of Coke. So it's going to be much more durable. It's going to have more surface for this powder coat finish, which is a 2604 powder coat. They also have a 2605. If you'd like to know what that means, just use Google for that. I won't bore you. And you can have beautiful finishes on a really strong product that's going to be impervious to weather. Now, how many colors do they have? Well, basically they have all the colors in the world, because custom colors is one of their options. But in their basic standard color offerings, they have 50 colors and they have 8 anodized colors. So you have a total of 58 colors plus a custom color if that's what you want, and they can do that across any of their product lines so that you can get, you know, matching windows in any of the product lines at all that they offer. So on the interior finishes, they actually have a really cool machine that they bought from Germany that actually applies a professionally painted coat of either primer on the inside or one of the color options that they have available, so that you can get an actual pre-finished product that's just beautiful and it's without brush marks and it just looks gorgeous. So I love the fact that they're willing to invest money into that technology. They're one of the very few companies that does that at this level. And it's just a beautiful product, and it takes some of the expense out of doing that on site when you are actually having to paint your windows when you bring them home. Otherwise, they come actually just unfinished, like you see on this product right here, ready for a clear stain, ready for a stain, or ready just to paint in your home when you get them. So one of the things I like about this too is that they have almost what feels like countless grid options. These are grids, these dividers we have here. And they have 31 combinations. 31, I mean, talk about sometimes having too many choices makes it difficult to make your mind up, but they have this style here, which is just like beautiful. It's very classic, it's timeless. And then you can just go crazy and you can do whatever you want. Here's another one of their windows I really like. Oh, by the way, look at this beautiful radius arch, how they did this. I like how this one, and we'll get a close-up for you, this one actually has what they call a tall putty look. So it's very dimensional, and it gives you a real good, clean look, and it almost has the look of steel. So if you've seen steel windows and doors and how beautiful they are, but you saw the price tag that goes with steel, you realize that doing something like this gives you that look, but it also can do it at a more affordable price, so you can actually enjoy what you're getting there. Hardware finishes, in the hardware finishes, they have 8 different colors to choose from, and we can even order certain products on their product line that if you had your own hardware that you wanted to use, there's some interchangeability there that we can help you with that as well. But also what I like is that they have, in every one of these products that I'm showing you today, they actually have like a vinyl counterpart. Now, why is it important to have a vinyl counterpart? And is that something that you need? Well, I don't know. We need to look at your project, but imagine that you're trying to do everything you want to accomplish, but you want to do it in a more budget-friendly manner. And that's true of a lot of us, right? We all like to save money when we can and where we can. So let's say that downstairs you said, okay, in the downstairs areas, especially the common areas, I really want a nice, beautiful wood interior, and I want a beautiful aluminum exterior. But in the, upstairs in the bedrooms or in the back or over the garage or maid's quarters or wherever it might be, I want the same look, but I don't need the wood on the inside. In fact, maybe you don't even want the wood on the inside. Imagine, say, like a wet environment, like a bathroom or a shower or something where you don't want the wood. They actually make products in their vinyl series that look so much like this that it's really hard to distinguish from the street. In fact, I'm going to show you that right now. Step this way just a little bit, and you're going to stay kind of right where you are, but I want you to look at this window and look at this window. See the similarities in these windows, at least from the distance where you are? The difference is that this one's actually made out of vinyl, but it has the same grid material, okay, as you saw on the wood with aluminum. This is made out of vinyl, and that's made out of wood. So this is going to be about half the price of that. So making this like hybrid mesh sometimes is important to a client when they're buying windows. And so now we can use something that's more affordable in a space that you want to save some money, where vinyl is going to be satisfactory, but then we can use this product with aluminum and wood in the spaces and the places where it's so important to you to have the absolute best in what you're looking for. Now, you know that contemporary's kind of in right now, okay? And this company actually has basically three markets that they cater to. One is the traditional window look, and they've got very traditional look. We can make it very traditional. Here's an example of just a really traditional look of a window, right? We can also make this even busier, right? You could have like, this is what we call a 6 light. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They can make this 9, they can make it 12. You could have a real colonial, traditional look if that's what you want. Or you can get a very transitional look. And a transitional look is basically something that's more like this. It's not quite as traditional, but it's not quite as contemporary, and here's a transitional look. And then you have more of a contemporary, more modern look, and here's how we achieve that. This is so cool. If you notice, everybody likes that little skinny black window, right? Check this out. That looks like a real skinny black window, but it's actually a skinny black window with a white frame around the edge of it, so that you get the appearance of very narrow profile, but yet you still get the bulk required and necessary to have an actual wood window. Same thing we did right here. We could have had this in black, but instead we ordered this in white. We ordered this in black. So you can do 2-tone, you can do 3-tone, you can mix the colors so that you can get exactly the look you're looking for. And not only is it a beautiful window, but it's very, very well constructed on top of that. I mean, if you notice here, one of the things I like about this is instead of having a mitered 45-degree corner on the sash, it actually has a 90-degree butt. It's stronger, it's going to look better, it's going to last longer, because people say, well, why, Jeff? I don't understand. How does that last longer? Well, when water runs down this glass and when it rains, when it gets to this piece right here, it's got a little bevel on the bottom. We'll get you a close-up of that. And the water then sheds off and goes down. Now, if the water was running down this part of the window right here, and it got to the edge here, and we had a 45-degree mitered corner like some of the competitors to this product have, the water then would be stopped as it flowed down. It would be hitting that 45 degree, and that adds additional risk that maybe someday water would find its way behind that aluminum. We don't like that. We're trying to keep the window dry because it is wood behind that aluminum. So instead, when you have a straight 90-degree corner instead of a 45 mitered corner, that water doesn't have a stopping point. It actually can just continue to shed and come off the window and go all the way down to this sill. Speaking of the sill, this is a slope sill. This is an 8-degree slope sill. So when water hits this sill, it does not puddle. It rolls forward and then it steps off down onto the ground. On the inside, the operation of this window, I really like how you can see that the weather stripping is right here on this side, right? You got weather stripping right there. All right, you've got a weather stripping, I call it a skirt. I don't know if somebody else calls it something else, but I like this skirt down here. So you've got good weather stripping on the sides, okay? And this is the silicone-based product so that the sun, if it ever hits it, doesn't kill it. You come down and now you got a good seal at the bottom, a seal on the sides, a nice flush contemporary look on the lock, so I can lock the window right here. And if you're standing outside looking in at the window, you notice you don't see the lock, right? The lock is actually flush so that you don't see it sticking up above the window. Gives you that real nice look. It's a real contemporary look. Functions beautifully. This window also has what's called a tilt feature. So I can pull these tabs in and I can tilt this window. If I needed to replace this window, let's say this glass broke or something, we don't replace the glass, we just get a brand new sash. We pull this one out, put the new one in, and you go right back to celebrating like it was 1999. Look at here, weather stripping on the top again, just like you have on the bottom. So here's one at the top. You've got it also on the sides. You've got one on the bottom, you've got them on the sides. This recesses up in here about 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches. There's also another weather stripping up in here. So you've got a weather stripping on the inside of this sash at the top. You've got a weather stripping on the outside of this sash at the top. You've got weather stripping on the sides. You've got a water dam on the bottom. You've got a sash stop right here against the front. I mean, this thing is just designed to last a very long time, to keep the water out, to keep the heat out, to keep the cold out, and to make sure that you're getting exactly what you paid for when it comes to a high performance, high quality window. And that's what I love about this product. Also, it's kind of hard for you to see right here, but if you look through here, you'll see that there's actually a gasket. There's a black gasket right there. These guys think of everything that actually helps when this window closes against that bottom sash, the top and the sash connect together. You actually have an interlocker where they grab each other's hands like this, so for more strength, and then you have this rubber gasket across the front of there to just seal it out. Great air leakage performance, great weather stripping, beautiful, beautiful product, and it doesn't just look good, it actually functions exceptionally well. And that's what I love about dealing with the Windsor family of products. One other thing I should mention is, you've probably heard this if you watch any of our videos, that we talk about the best glass you can buy is Cardinal glass. Of the 20 brands that we sell, 19 of them use Cardinal glass. This is also Cardinal glass, and it comes in several options. It's the best looking glass, it's the most energy efficient glass, it has the best warranty on the glass, and it's something that you can be very proud of. When you know you've got good glass is when you can look at a house and the reflection of the trees or yourself as you're walking your dog down the street, when that reflection is very true and accurate, it doesn't look wavy and distorted, I bet you anything you're dealing with Cardinal glass, because their glass is just absolutely, absolutely the best. So I want you to walk this way with me for a minute. I want to show you, I was talking earlier about the extruded aluminum and the wood combination between aluminum and wood. And I told you how some companies use a roll-formed aluminum where it's very thin. Look at the thickness here. Look at the thickness of the aluminum that they use on this extrusion. And see how it interconnects into the wood right there. So they use wood, and then they use aluminum that caps it. So this is just a cutaway so you can kind of see what it looks like. Here's your double pane window glass. And then on the inside, if you notice too, I talked to you about how their wood is very mature. Look at the tightness of the grain on this wood. This tells you the age of the tree is older, and you're getting an actual better wood product. So this is solid wood all the way around the perimeter. It's not going to be the finger jointed wood like you see a lot of people use. So the construction's better, the wood is better. And this is like that window I showed you out there where this side of it was white and that side of it was black. Okay, that's what this is. This is an all black version of that. And then this is a special product that they make for picture windows where you really want very little frame. If you want something that's very contemporary, look at just how narrow, look how narrow that frame is right there. So here's more of a standard look. You see how that's wider? The one on the left is wider, and the one on the right is much narrower. So in the same size window, you're gonna get about another 2.5 to 3 inches of glass space out of your picture window when you use a product like this. And just beautiful. When you come into the house, and I don't know what your house is like, but in my house, when I come into my house and I can see all the way through the house to the very backyard, I've got some big, beautiful spaces back there. To be able to see very little frame and a whole lot of glass is really on point. And that's what we're trying to help you achieve when we use products like Windsor. I told you about all the different grid options. Look at all the different grid options. I mean, they've got from very flat and very clean, like this one right here. It's very flat. See how flat that is? It's a real nice, clean look. All the way to stuff that actually is raised, like this one right here. This is one I was telling you about. That's that steel look. Okay, see how that is raised up? It goes nice and high, and it gives you great dimension. These guys offer a lot of choices, a lot of different wood grids on the inside, and so it's just when you need options, these guys are terrific. I told you they had 50 colors. You know, like here we have all the different colors. You can come in, or we can bring them out to you, and we can help you match which one's going to work best for your house. One of the things that they have, I think, is really cool is they don't just have regular colors. They also have some like textured colors that are really awesome because you can get like something that's unique and different. It's not so smooth, it's not so slick, it's got more texture. Anodized finishes, okay, these are like actual aluminum finishes that are not painted. It's actually anodized onto there, so you can get a really cool look with that. This is one of their doors. If you can see the bottom profile on it is very narrow. It's not a typical very tall door like you normally see. This is real narrow, so you get a real nice contemporary look. Come out here, I want to show you on the outside of this thing just how beautiful this door is. So they have doors, right, like sliding doors, hinge doors, etc., that'll match with their window profiles. And if you stand back and look at this, I want you to see that this is an 8-foot wide door, and we've got like 7 feet or more of glass here because this is nice and narrow here, it's nice and narrow here, it's nice and narrow on that side, and you know, it's just got like a real timeless classic look, but it's also got the contemporary version like what you're seeing here today. It glides very, very well. It's got great weather stripping. great insulation. This on the outside is aluminum. On the inside, this is wood. So in this case, it was pre-painted for us by the factory, but you can get this unfinished, so you can paint the inside any color you want, paint the outside any of those 58 colors or a custom color. You get a beautiful product. It does a terrific job, and it just makes your home beautiful. It lasts and lasts and lasts. I got to tell you, I think products like this will outlast a 30-year mortgage. I mean, it's just no doubt about it. They're really beautiful. So I want to take you out here to our warehouse real quick, and I want to show you some stuff we have in. These are actual customer products, but I think it'd be kind of cool looking at it. This is Roxine's office. If you call in, you might talk to Roxine. My office is back there. Oh, there's a beautiful house with a black finish. See how contemporary that looks? Nice, narrow profiles, beautiful. There's another one that's a little more traditional. So come back here with me. And they make entry doors. I've got a picture I want to show you of a door that we have in our showroom. There it is. Yeah, that's a beautiful door with the 3 lights, a separated French door. It's kind of like a front door. It's a left and a right with the arch, and just beautiful stuff. We're actually adding some more offices here. We've been growing and expanding. Thank you so much for your support, and thank you for buying windows from us. We're very humbled by the fact that you would consider us for your window and door project. So we're adding a couple of more offices. We need some more space. We're as you can see, we're full back here. I mean, we have somewhere around 800 windows in stock at any time that are going out to be installed. Right now we have, I'm gonna ask the guy behind the camera, Clay, how many jobs do we have open right now?
248, I think.
248 jobs in the hopper. So, I mean, we're a small family-owned company with big vision and big strength to do great things as a company. Yeah, a little humor there. Here's a big Windsor project we just got in for a job. These are all custom sizes. Look at there, that's that beautiful radius arch. Now that's probably a little more traditional, right? Like you see something like that in a house that's more of a colonial style. If you have arches and you don't like them because you want to go a little more contemporary, there's a couple of things to do. One is we can get rid of those grids, or we could put more of a vertical grid pattern, and that's pretty cool. Or we've got the skill set to actually take that out, square it off. We even have a mason, we have stucco guys, whatever. We can make your house whatever look you want it to be when we're done. We can do that, it's really cool. Follow me this way. I want to show you some other stuff I like about them. These are some other products that we also carry. Look, there's a vinyl single hung window. Look how big that window is. Let me stand by it so you can see just how big that window is. This is a big window out of vinyl. Why? Because it's super strong vinyl. That's Amsco. I've got a video about Amsco. You might want to dive into that one too. It's pretty cool. This is Jason. Jason is our warehouse manager. He's looking very busy over there.
Trying.
He's doing a really good job. Thank you, Jason, for all you do here. Come this way. And I wanted to show you this because this is something that we haven't discussed yet. This is the Windsor Revive series product. So it's exactly what I showed you up there, but they call it Revive because it's designed specifically for certain projects where you're remodeling a house. So what do I mean by that? Well, let's suppose that you came to me and you said, Jeff, I'm building a new house. And then you would tell me what you wanted, and then I would tell you what can be done with the products that we have available. And then if you needed to make adjustments, you'd make adjustments to your plans, right? Like, okay, this needs to be 2 inches narrower because I can't get it that big, or whatever the case is. But if you already have an existing home, now we have to make sure our window adjusts to your home instead of your home adjusting to our window. So this product in particular, if you notice, it's just like the one I showed you out there. It's actually got a wood interior, okay? And this is a casement window. You can tell by the hardware on it. It's got a little cover, by the way, that covers this. Once it gets installed, that cover goes on. This is a crank window, a casement window. I have a video about casements too. You should check that out. But if you notice here, this is not as deep this way as the product I showed you inside. Why? Well, because if you have a 2x6 construction home, that product, or pretty much any of the other products I carry, are gonna fit. But if you have a 1x4 construction home, then those are going to be too deep to actually be accommodated properly unless you have a brick facade exterior. So there's cases where we need to use both of their product lines, even though they look the same from the outside. This one's designed for a narrower opening, and sometimes we just need that. If you have siding on your house, we're going to probably need something like that. If you don't have brick, we're going to probably need something like this if you have 1x4 construction. Lastly, I wanted to show you this door. This is a Windsor door. This is just a front door. It's a beautiful door. They didn't want glass all the way down. They wanted to have this is what we call a 3/4 light, basically 3/4 of it is glass. And this is an aluminum exterior with a wood interior. And I like this. This is the 1 1/8, I believe it is, 1 1/8 inch wide grid. It's that flat, contemporary, beautiful look. But I think what I wanted to point out to you that's kind of most interesting to me about this, and I don't know if you can even appreciate it on the camera, but this is matte black. This is a matte black finish, which is one of their new finishes. And oh my God, these things have just been taken off like crazy. It's unique. It's not dull. Like sometimes you think of matte, you think of dull. No, not flat, matte. And so it's got a nice, I can feel, it's got a nice little feel to it. It almost feels a little bit like leather. It's somewhat soft, but it's not slick. And just the beauty of this door, if you can see it in person, and by the way, you can, just come down to our office. You'll find they make such beautiful products and they work so good. So kind of like the last thing on the list here is to talk about the warranty. So Windsor provides a limited warranty that's a 20-year warranty. So you've got a 20-year warranty on the aluminum, you've got a 20-year warranty on the glass, and then they have a 10-year warranty on the wood and on the hardware. So 10-year on the wood and hardware, 20 years on everything else. And if you buy the windows from Houston Window Experts, we also offer you a lifetime warranty on our labor, which also means that if this window or this door, for example, needed something done, and we got the parts from Windsor, we would not charge you labor either to come out and replace or repair anything that's damaged under the warranty. And that's unique to Houston Window Experts. We have a lot of great features that we offer to you as a client, and I'd love to talk to you more about that. I'm so glad you watched this video. If you're on YouTube watching, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. We'd love to keep you up to date on what we're doing. If you're on our website, there should be a contact form on here. You can contact us or call us. We'll see what we can do to help you. Thank you again for watching, and I hope you have a great day.